These may be challenging times, but have hope. And listen to the untold health stories about incredible people who have committed their lives to better their communities. Diverse health activists, direct medical providers, community organizers that are helping our communities to get healthier and stronger. Stories of local heroes during the pandemic and even before that proves over and over again that people can come together during times of need and make the world a better place. Stories you would never hear of, except at HealthCare Untold, hosted by Barbara Ann Garcia. Our guest today is Jill Mather from Volunteers Cleaning Communities. Well, welcome, Jill, to HealthCare Untold.
Well, thank you. I'm excited.
And I want to hear about your story because you're all volunteers really coming together. And I saw you're in Hollywood, Sherman Oaks, Santa Monica, West LA, and you're picking up hundreds and hundreds of bags of trash.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about how you started and what your plans are for the future.
Well, I started VCC really during COVID. So I had retired, and retirement with COVID was horrible because, you couldn't see people. So to get my exercise wellness, I would go out walking 3 or 4 miles every day around my neighborhood. And I don't like to listen to music, so it's kind of boring after a while. And I saw trash on the street. I'm from the restaurant business. I was a VP of training and development in restaurants. And the first thing that you teach anybody in a restaurant is don't walk over trash. Don't walk over anything. Always pick it up.
Great.
So
That's
it's
great.
always been ingrained in me never to walk over anything. So I started to take a bag along with me. And I would fill 3 or 4 of these grocery bags every day, walking the same 3 or 4 miles. And I thought, oh my gosh, there is an issue here. I would say 20 years ago, there wasn't an issue like there is now. It's just horrendous how much trash is out there. So I would meet people on the street, and we'd talk across the street, and they thought it was great what I was doing. So I decided on social media to invite people to join me. And my first cleanup was 12 people I never knew in the community.
Wow.
And yeah, I thought, okay. And we had a whole lot of fun. We did a whole lot in our 2 hours that we did it. And that was without any grabbers, without any official real bags, more like your kitchen bags. I don't even think we wore gloves. It was just reaching down, picking up trash and putting it in bags. So my original group was actually called, think of VCC, which it is, that's kind of the abbreviation for Volunteers Cleaning Communities. It was Volunteers Cleaning Chatsworth, because that's where I live.
Mm-hmm.
So we started with that. And very shortly thereafter, I all streets out of Chatsworth and the 118 freeway bothered me a lot. Freeway trash is horrible.
Yes.
So I adopted the 118 freeway very shortly after we started. And we now currently have almost 8 miles of the 118 freeway between Topanga and Woodley that we clean up. And so that's been over 4 years.
Wow.
VCC has been in existence for 5 years this month. So we've been doing
Congratulations.
thanks. It's wasn't supposed to be like this at all. No. This was not my retirement plan. It evolved into this. And now, currently, we have I have about 4,000 people on my subscriber list. 300 people during every week actually follow and do cleanups throughout the San Fernando Valley, Santa Monica, West LA, etc. And some of these people have been doing it. We do it every day now. Now, it didn't start off as every day 5 years ago. It went from 1 day to 2 days very quickly to 3 days very quickly. Then it evolved to 4 days because too many volunteers were coming out. We decided to disperse it out a little bit. And now it's 6 to 7 days a week. And the only day we don't do it is when it's pouring rain because the trash is too wet and it's just too hard to handle. But I have people that have been following me coming every day for 4 years, which is amazing. And I'll
That's
tell you the
great.
reason why. It goes to the wellness. Number one, most of my people are retirees or people that are on their own business because, and they can, you know, form their own hours because we do it in the morning when it's cooler. We do
Hmm.
it between 8 and 10 in the morning in the summertime. In the wintertime, we change it to 9 to 10 because it's a little colder in the morning and darker. But we do it for 2 hours every morning. So people get their exercise. We get at
Yes.
least 6,000 steps every day in just picking up the trash. So that's one thing. They get their sociability because after every cleanup, every single one for 5 years, we've gone to coffee. We don't ever miss it. So after we've done 2 hours, that's when we socialize. And that's really good for people to socialize, get to meet new people, etc. We make a huge difference in the community and every day. Today we went and we picked up, and these are 50-gallon bags. These are huge bags. We
Hmm.
picked up 37 bags today and got rid of them. So
Wow.
that's a huge amount. And that's pretty average, pretty average. Um, so we make a difference. They get to meet new people. They have fun. They get to their exercise in. It keeps them young. I have one member who's 92 that comes
Wow.
twice a week and's been doing that for 4 years. Um, so, you know, all age groups that are coming along and doing this with us and enjoying it. They've met all new friends. Now I actually have a couple that met each other that are going to get married. So I'm vccmatch.com now as well. You never
That's
know.
wonderful, Jill. That's wonderful.
Oh, so best now some of them are best friends. They go hiking, you know, belong to other clubs. So, you know, a lot of amazing things have come out of it that have helped people connect with their community,
Mhm.
connect with people that are like-minded, find great opportunities for other volunteerism, other committees and things to do. So it's a win-win for them. It's a win-win for me because it motivates me to keep it going and write the schedule and do 2 newsletters a week and keep the website going and all of that. So it's a inspiration to me that
Well, thank
I
you,
know.
Jill. Thank you. That's so incredible. And so how do you organize where the trash is thrown? Do you get support for that?
We do. Well, you know, we use public trash cans along the way, or we use dumpsters of businesses along the way. We ask them if we can dump our trash because it's their
Hmm.
trash anyway. You know, we're
Yeah.
picking it up in front of their area.
Yeah.
Um, Sometimes we have to ask the city to pick it up because as we walk, it's evolved to being a lot more than just picking up trash. We each when we have a team, for instance, today we had 12 people. Okay, when you have 12 people, easily you divide into 4 different directions. So we go north, south, east, and west from the corner that we meet. And so that's a significant area. One person in that group is responsible for reporting 311 things that they see, like illegal dumping, graffiti, dead animals, abandoned homeless sites or homeless sites, trash that we can't pick up that we have to leave on the street because it's either too heavy or there just isn't a dumpster anywhere nearby. So we put a lot of bags together and then the city will pick it up through the My LA 311 app. So one person does that. One person has a little knife, you know, a little pocket knife, and we take down all the illegal signs on poles, like garage sales that were in April, where that sign is going to stay up on that pole, which is unsightly. It's illegal to put them up on poles anyway. So we remove all that and bag that out. So we try to make we clean out the gutters. So, you know, we actually have tools to clean out the mud on the gutters so that the gutters flow. The storm drains are going to flow when it rains, like the other day. Uh, so there's a lot more than just picking up the trash that we've evolved to doing as we do our 2 hours in our groups. So and nobody does anything that they don't want to do. If you don't want to clean out the storm drain, then you know you go right ahead and pick up the litter, and we'll catch up to you. So it
Hmm.
really is, you know, no obligation. They show up because they want to show up. They do what they want to do. And we're serious trashers, is what we are. We call ourselves very serious trashers.
That's beautiful. And so, Jill, how do you coordinate all this? I mean, you're all over the place in Los Angeles. And
Yeah.
do people call you and say, we want to clean up our neighborhood? Is that
Well, we
how
don't
they
clean up
start?
neighborhoods. We do not
Okay,
clean up the neighborhoods.
that's
I
good to know.
I believe that the neighbors should clean up their own. Meaning,
Yes,
if you have a house and you have a neighborhood, those are side streets. You should, clean those up yourself. You shouldn't be having us. We do major streets, so we're always on the major streets and highways,
mhm.
where not one person is responsible for it. It's everybody that's
Right.
traveling very, to work, et cetera, and all the trucks are going by there. So we're doing that particular area. How I organize it is, I have a calendar, so I on my website as well as on my newsletter, and I pick where we're going to go. Um, we do, and I rotate it. So every 5 to 6 weeks, we'll go back to the areas that are really significantly trashy areas, we call them. Um, but we also organize schools. Like this weekend, we did Shepherd's Church. We co-opted with them in doing a beautification on Devonshire, where 117 huge bags were picked up in our 2 hours. That's a significant amount of leaves and pine needles and things like that we'll do. I actually lead a class now in CSUN, where we lead a class and then they go out for the 2 hours of trashing as part of their volunteerism as a freshman. It's a brand new course required at CSUN. But we do a lot of schools, Notre Dame on a regular basis, Chaminade, Chatsworth, etc. A lot of businesses, Rotary Club. I'm part of Kiwanis. We do things with Kiwanis. A lot of Medtronic, a lot of different hospitals, Northridge Hospital. They'll ask me to organize a cleanup for them. So my core group will do a cleanup in the morning, and then I lead another group with whatever this organization is, and we'll, do it more near their neighborhood or what they particularly want to do, or they say just wherever you want us to go, we'll go. And we want to participate. So we get a lot over the years. We've built up a huge base of people that request that. I do have VCC leaders, so I can't lead them all. So I have leaders within the communities. So what I do is I supply them with all the tools that they need because you earn our VCC vest after 5 cleanups. So it encourages people to come 5 times.
Hmm.
They get a free cup of coffee their first time, so that encourages them to go to socialize with us. But they get the tools, the grabbers, the gloves, the bags. They get the vests. They get publicity on my website. They get included in the newsletter. They just have to build a volunteer group within their own community above and beyond what I can do. So that's why we're so dispersed on Santa Monica and West LA, et cetera, because I can't go over there and lead it on a Saturday because I've got other groups going on all up throughout the San Fernando Valley. But it allows us to clean an incredible amount, especially
Yeah.
on weekends, because most of the VCC leaders will do it on the weekends because that's when most people are available. And then my core group, which is this 300 people, they're the ones that go every day of the week because they're capable of doing that.
What an incredible work that you've created. Sometimes those kind of pandemics create really good things, right?
They do. Yeah, they do. And this was one of those things because certainly it was not planned. But as I talk to newspapers or I talk to, the classrooms in schools and lead those things, they always ask, well, how did you do it? And, how is this thing going to be sustainable? Well, it has to be. Number one, it has to be. And VCC leaders are the ones that are going to be the sustainability of this
Hmm. Hmm.
because, you know, um, I've been doing it every day now for almost 5 years. That's, I mean, I do take a little vacation here and there because my leaders will take over. But my goal, of course, is to create a hierarchy of people that will eventually do the things that I'm now currently doing so I can oversee the whole thing. And that's about 5 years out. It'll still run the exact same way it's running, but I won't be the day-to-day out in the streets leading my core group as I do now. I'll be doing more talking as I do now, but talking more and publicizing it more to get probably more cities involved because I get a lot of cities who say, are you in my area? And you just
Right.
you can't expand to that unless you can spend some time helping them develop it, you know.
Yeah. And where do you get the funds for your supplies?
We're totally nonprofit, and I've never asked for money. I'm luckily, knock on wood, I've never have, because what we do, people want to donate to us because they're so thankful, and they can't, they really can't imagine why this group has developed and do what they do over trash. Trash is not very romantic, by the way. My councilman, John Lee, is amazing. He does give me money. Periodically, he'll just fund me because we keep his area really clean. Um, we get donations on my GoFundMe all the time from people because it's tax deductible. And rather than they can't come out and clean with me, but they can donate, which helps us to buy the vests because we give the people the vests. We pay for all of the things ourselves. We also, one thing that just happened, which was pretty incredible, we had a VCC person who came with me for 3 years every day. And he didn't drive. So I picked him up and he came with me every day. He was like my right-hand guy. And he was 86. He had a stroke. He had a stroke last year, which kind of made him, and then he got pneumonia. So he couldn't come out with us anymore. And we all adored him. We all loved him. His name was
Mm-hmm.
Cash. And so we all brought him food. And anyway, he did pass away. We were the ones that went to he had no family. So we became
Mm.
his family. And so we went and held his hand when he passed away in the hospital. We had a celebration of life for him where 65 members came. We buried him. So we actually had the funeral for him and everything. And he left his money, whatever, not a huge amount, but he left his money to VCC, not to me, but to the organization because
Mm-hmm.
to the family. That was his family. So, for
Yes.
instance, that's funding us in a way that I never expected to be funded. So we have an annual Christmas party, and he's paying for our annual Christmas party, which the VCC people come, and we buried him in Christmas pajamas. It's a
Oh.
joke because I mean he came one time at our Christmas party in Christmas pajamas, so we're all wearing Christmas pajamas
Mhm.
to and it's at a restaurant, so it'll be quite interesting. But there'll be 100 of us there in Christmas
Well, what a
pajamas.
great honor for Cash and his
Yeah,
support for your
it's his
organization.
honor. Yeah,
That's a
so that's
beautiful story.
so sometimes because you do good things, you never know where your money's going to come.
I believe in that, Joe.
Yeah.
I really believe in that. And we believe that when people come together, they can do incredible things.
Yep.
So, and
Yep.
that's what you're doing, Jill.
Yep.
You're doing an incredible thing for the communities in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
And so, when you say you have a plan for 5 years, is it that expansion of the structure so that you can do a lot more of the kind of cheerleading and organizing?
Yes, yes. So a plan so that what I do, which is a lot, because there's a lot of things that we do which are one-off events, etc.
Right, right.
So, planning that and it, takes time. So yes, somebody will take care of the website, somebody will take care of the newsletter, somebody will take care of the scheduling, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll do more of the, getting more organizations involved and things that don't take my going out for the 2 hours to trash with everybody every morning.
Right,
So
right,
I thoroughly enjoy that. It's my
right.
exercise too. It's my socialization. Uh,
Right. And that's
yeah,
where your heart is, really, is
it is.
trying to pick up
It is.
that
And the
trash. Yeah.
people. It's all the people, feeling great when you make the street or the highway look good. You have such pride in going, wow, even if it only lasts a day, because some
Right.
are
Right.
horrible. You just go, wow, think if we didn't do that. We have picked up 660,000 pounds of trash and 40,000 big bags, those big bags, over our time period. That's phenomenal. And that's not even the tires and the furniture and the illegal dumping that we've cleared away that is pounds and pounds and pounds, probably 3 times that poundage that we've actually pulled up that we can't bag. We only count what we bag. So if we didn't do that, sometimes we say, "Oh my God, how bad would it be out there? Who else would be
Yeah.
doing you know.
Well, thank goodness for VCC.
Thank you.
Any last comments, Jill, to the audience? And please let us know your website so that if people want to donate as well.
Sure. My website's www.vcc.world. So not .com, but world. And it's an interesting website. It has we have a YouTube channel, so it shows you where our YouTube channel, because I have this lovely videographer that adopted me 4 years ago, and he follows us around and does videos on all of our big events and takes pictures that are great for us, which I really love. And it has the schedule on there. It has who's VCC leaders and all the awards that we've gotten and TV write-ups and newspaper write-ups, etc. So it's quite interesting. But our philosophy is there's no obligation. There's no, you show up whenever you want. We just have to know when you're coming so that we can have equipment for you. We have all the equipment. You just have to be there and want to do something for your community and make a difference. It's all you have to do. And a lot of people say, oh, my hip hurts and things like that. Well, I have a person who has had 2 hip replacements that comes every day. So, you might hurt a little bit, but guess what? Exercise is good for that too.
That's
So
right.
it's just great to get out and get in the fresh air, and we welcome everybody. And it's a great group of people to get to know from all walks of life and business. So extremely interesting. And if you'd like to become a VCC leader and you have people who want to do it, more than happy to talk to you about creating that within your own community itself. Because it may need it and we haven't done it yet, or we don't do enough in there. And it really isn't that difficult to do it once a month or once every other week. It makes a huge difference.
Well, what a beautiful story, Jill. And thank you for your leadership in creating such an incredible organization. And
Well,
we've had such an honor to have Jill Mather, the head of Volunteers Cleaning Communities. Thank you so much, Jill.
thank you, Barbara. I appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.
HealthCare Untold